the Bikini Bottom inspiration, home to snakes and a killer lake. In this video, we're gonna take a look at the 10 most dangerous places on Earth. Number 10, the NAICA Crystal Cave, Mexico. This is one place that can make claustrophobes soil themselves. The NAICA Crystal Cave is one of the most beautiful cave systems found underground. It's located in the Mexican state of Chihuahua and is popular for its huge crystals. These huge minerals were created over many thousands of years as water with high mineral content entered the cave and dried up. The leftover deposits grew harder and formed crystals. So what's so dangerous about this place? Sounds lovely, no? Apart from being a beautiful home of shiny things, the NAICA Crystal Cave can get extremely hot. There's also the problem of high humidity, which makes it difficult to breathe. And since it's underground, you have to be very skilled to go in and get out, otherwise you'll be trapped. It's got this reason that not many people are allowed into the cave except experts. Even then, these experts are trained and go in with special equipment. Number 9, Lake NATRON, Tanzania. If you make your way to northern Tanzania, you'll find Lake NATRON, which continues to dazzle tourists to this day. The lake is so named because it contains a lot of natron, which is formed with a baking soda and sodium bicarbonate mix. This makes the lake arable for most forms of life, except for some types of fish and microorganisms that have adapted to the condition of the water. What makes this lake so dangerous is that it can get insanely hot. I'm talking up to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, 60 degrees Celsius. There's also the pH level, which is around 10.5. These two factors also make the lake harsh for many living things, as anything that goes near could be burned or calcified. Despite these factors, some flamingos still go there for vacation, to eat the algae from the water and give birth. People who go there to see the water are advised not to touch or drink the water. Number 8, FRASER Island, Australia. No one should be surprised that Australia made it into this list. Just off the coast of Queensland, Australia lies FRASER Island, with its beautiful beaches, clear lakes, and stunning sand dunes. But don't be captured by its beauty just yet, because it's one of the most dangerous places in Australia. The island houses many different hazards, from venomous snakes to spiders to jellyfish. The ocean around the island is also filled with sharks. There have been many shark attacks in the area in the past. Also, the island's sand dunes sometimes collapse without reason, which is bad news for whoever is on or around them. But the biggest menace on this piece of earth is the dingo. Remember, dingo ate your baby? Yup, them. These wild dogs roam the island and will attack people for food or defense. Visitors to the island are advised to keep their eyes peeled and to follow the local safety guidelines to avoid dingoes. If you think these were dangerous, things are about to get weirder. Keep watching to see what's next. Number 7, KAWAH IJEN Volcano, Indonesia. All the way in Indonesia, on the island of Java, lies the KAWAH IJEN Volcano. And you don't need to be a scientist to know that volcanoes are bad news, especially active ones. This one's no different. This volcano is popular for its spectacular blue flames when sulfuric gases burn. However, even though the flames look beautiful and attract tourists, the volcano is very dangerous. For one, the crater is filled with a lot of toxic sulfuric acid, which can cause severe burns and respiratory issues for anyone who comes close. Also, there are toxic gases in the air on the volcano, like hydrogen chloride and sulfur dioxide, which can kill if inhaled too much. You'd think that these many hazards would keep people away, but humans have always been fascinated by danger. So it's not surprising that adventurous tourists and sulfur miners who track the sulfur from the volcano usually frequent this place. However, visitors are advised to be cautious, wear protective gear, and stay upwind of toxic gases. Number 6, Death Valley, California. When a place has death in its name, that pretty much speaks to how dangerous it can be. Eastern California is home to Death Valley, which is the hottest and driest place in North America. This part of the United States can get up to 120 degrees Fahrenheit, 49 degrees Celsius in summer and higher. This level of hotness makes it impossible to find water, which also makes Death Valley a bad place to be for most living things. As if the heat isn't bad enough, Death Valley also contains many different hazards, such as venomous snakes and scorpions, flash floods, and rock falls. If you decide to venture here, ensure that you bring loads of water and wear the right clothes and shoes to prevent dehydration and the health problems that heat might cause. Despite these dangers, Death Valley is one of the most popular tourist destinations in the United States, with lots of tourists coming to see the geological features of the area, like the salt flats, sand dunes, and colorful rock formations. Number 5, the Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle needs no introduction. It's been a source of legend for years. Otherwise known as the Devil's Triangle, charming name by the way, the Bermuda Triangle can be found near Bermuda, Florida, and Puerto Rico. It became a source of legend after ships and aircraft started to disappear around the area under mysterious circumstances. However, despite how popular these stories got, they are still myths. There is no proof that the Bermuda Triangle is more dangerous than other parts of the ocean. In fact, the number of incidents in the area is similar to other parts of the world, and many of said incidents were caused by natural phenomena, such as hurricanes or human errors, not the supernatural. etc. That said, the region is still a dangerous zone for travelers, especially those who don't know about its unpredictable weather conditions. But then again, that's just the ocean. Storms and rough seas make travel difficult for ships and aircraft, and due to how remote the Bermuda Triangle is, rescue efforts are also difficult. Number 4, the Gates of Hell, Turkmenistan. No one's expecting to see angels here. Let's be clear, this place doesn't actually open into hell though. Here's the story of how it was named. So in 1971, Soviet geologists decided to drill the area. Unfortunately for them, they hit a pocket of natural gas, which made the ground around the area collapse, and thus a huge crater was born. The geologists had the fine idea of setting the gas on fire, thinking it would burn off in a few days. But surprise, surprise, the gas continues to burn to date. That's 52 years of non-stop burning. I'll tell you, it's warming the globe all right. The burning is such a spectacular yet creepy sight that it was called the Gates of Hell. The spot is 70 meters wide and 20 meters deep, with huge flames that can reach up to 10 feet in height. The air around the spot is very dangerous, as it's unstable and may collapse suddenly. There's also the problem with the fumes released by the flames, which is very toxic. Starting out, things get even more dangerous. Keep watching until the end. Number 3, Lake NYOS, Cameroon. Back to Africa we go. We go to Cameroon, this time to find Lake NYOS. This lake made the news in 1986 after a terrible accident when it pushed out a lot of carbon dioxide, which took the lives of both animals and humans nearby. There were over 1,700 confirmed deaths. The event was later named the limnic eruption. It happens when the carbon dioxide gas found in lakes rises to the surface suddenly, takes over the air, and forms a toxic cloud that stops living things in the area from breathing. Experts believe that the lake erupted due to a disturbance in its floor by a landslide, causing huge volumes of gas that have been sitting dormant for years to float to the top. Since the first incident in 1986, there have been many efforts made to ensure that such an event never happens again. The system was installed in the lake to help the gas move out slowly and safely. However, even with this safety measure in place, Lake NYOS is still considered to be potentially dangerous. It's why it's still being monitored by experts to make sure the carbon dioxide levels don't get too high again. Now, the lake has become a lab rat for experts who want to study limnic eruptions and how it affects human populations. Number 2, Ilha de Comanda Grande, Brazil. You might better know this place by its English name, Snake Island. Now, the fact that the whole island was given to snakes gives me the creeps. This small island found off the coast of Brazil is home to one of the most venomous snakes in the world, the golden lancehead viper. Due to how dangerous these snakes are, the government has banned the public from going to the island. The only others allowed there are scientists and researchers. But even then, they have to get special permits, because the venom of the golden lancehead viper is so bad, it can cause fast bleeding and tissue damage. And as of now, it has no cure. Although there have been no reports of snakes biting anybody on the island recently, they are still capable of seriously harming or killing a person, so better safe than sorry. Plus, in the past, sailors and fishermen who mistakenly found the island have been bitten by snakes. This is why the Brazilian government put up signs to prevent anyone from wandering onto the island. There are guards and warning signs before you reach the island. And with the new humans on the island, the snakes have populated it and number in the thousands. Number 1, Bikini Atoll, the Marshall Islands. Meet the place that inspired Bikini Bottom, the home of SpongeBob SquarePants. While the coral reef in the cartoon makes you want to live underwater for some Krabby Patty, the real-life place is no-no. This place used to be the home of the indigenous people of the Marshall Islands. However, they were driven out by the United States government in the 1940s, after which the place was used to test nuclear weapons. From 1946 to 58, many nuclear tests were done at Bikini Atoll, including the popular Castle Bravo test in 1954, which remains the biggest nuclear test the United States ever made. Sadly, these tests were not kind to the environment or the people that lived on the Marshall Islands. Their crops died, the water was poisoned, and the soil stopped producing crops. To this day, Bikini Atoll is no longer safe for human habitation because of the high levels of radiation there. It's easily one of the most contaminated places on Earth. However, even as dangerous as that sounds, tourists and divers have flocked to the area to see the wreckage of planes and ships that were ruined during the test. Another classic case of people being attracted to danger. Enjoyed the video? Now watch this one.